I'm standing here in Imbaba, a Cairo suburb, where there was a bomb this morning at the beginning of polling in Egypt's new constitutional referendum. No one was hurt. It was quite a small bomb. It was outside the courthouse just around the corner from here. We spoke to witnesses who said it went off at about 7 o'clock. Not a lot of damage done except to the front of the courthouse where all the windows are blown in. It's slightly mysterious. It didn't seem to be targeted at anyone or anything in particular of significance for such an important day. The referendum is really a referendum on more than just the constitution. It's a referendum on the whole roadmap for Egypt's future that's been laid down by the army ever since it seized power on the beginning of July. There is not a very high turnout, we think. People are generally slightly annoyed with all the constitutions they've had. This is the third referendum on a constitution in 3 years. More importantly, there's been a boycott by the Muslim Brotherhood of some of the opposition parties, saying that the referendum is unfair and that it comes in the wake of this military takeover, that it has no legitimacy. People say that General al-Sissi, the defence minister, he is waiting to see the outcome of the referendum to see if it gives him a mandate to stand. He's given hints that that is what he's doing himself. He said on Sunday that he would stand if there was a democratic mandate for him to do so. But as other people say, well, it doesn't really matter. The defence minister is the strongest man in the country, so it doesn't matter whether he's defence minister or president. He'll still be running the country for the next 8 years. The actual constitution itself, well, that's a pretty mixed bag. If you talk to most human rights groups and lawyers and monitors of these things, they say that it has more protections in it for human rights, for equality, particularly women's equality, than the constitution introduced by the Muslim Brotherhood a year ago, just over a year ago. On the other hand, it also very firmly entrenches military rule. There is a very strong role for the army. It preserves its right to try civilians in military courts, and it gives the army a veto over the appointment of the defence minister for the next 8 years. And that's basically saying that the military is going to be the strongest force in the country for 8 years, because if the military are happy to carry out a coup against an elected president, then the right to appoint the head of the army is the most important right in the country.